everyone, it's Sevi, and the Phase 2 banners for Genshin Impact 3.6 came out earlier today. I've been doing Star Rail stuff, but don't think that I forgot about Genshin, so I'm very much here. I'm going to talk about them very briefly as per usual and give a review about their general value and things like that. So starting with the character banner, and of course everyone is excited to meet the new 5-star character, BAIZHU. And in general, Dendro characters, they have been more or less cohesive. They have been solid units. With how strong Dendro is as an element and the Dendro meta, it's kind of hard to go wrong with pulling a Dendro unit. So we're going to see if BAIZHU lives up to that trend. He's been revealed to be a catalyst user, which means there is some potential for using him to drive. It's been revealed that through his skill he can heal and deal Dendro damage, and then through his burst he heals and then periodically generates shields while also applying and dealing Dendro damage from off field. So we're going to go into more detail on that in a future video. I'm going to have my usual video upon his release. Now the other 5-star that is running alongside BAIZHU is Ganyu. And for newer players, if you are looking to pick up a DPS that can carry you through the game or get you through a lot of the content that you're going to encounter, Ganyu is one such DPS. She has two prominent playstyles, which are Freeze and Melt, and both of them are very solid. And she even found a variation of her Melt playstyle with Dendro through the Burn reaction and then turning that into a Burn plus Melt reaction. Ganyu carried me through a lot of my early game, and I have appreciated her for that since. But let's take a look at the featured 4 stars, and the 4 stars here are Fischl, Candace, and Kaveh. And these 4 stars are pretty attractive to older players who want to collect the Sumeru characters, because Candace, there haven't been a lot of chances to get constellations for her yet. Of course, Kaveh is a brand new 4-star character, so older players like me who are looking to get constellations, this banner is quite enticing for us. For Candace, her most significant constellations are her earliest and her latest constellations, because these improve her Hydro application. And then Kaveh, he seems to have a playstyle that emphasizes on bloom teams, the bloom reaction, on being a driver for such teams, and that's quite interesting to me. So as always, same with BAIZHU, I'm going to have my video on Kaveh upon his release. Fischl is a very old 4-star character, so older players may already have her at C6, but if you happen to be a newer player pulling on this banner, then I really hope you get as many copies of Fischl as possible. Fischl is a very valuable, very powerful 4-star as an electro damage dealer and as an electro battery as well. And whether you're getting your first copy of her or don't have her at C6 and are trying to get her C6, she's just a really valuable to get and even build and invest in overall. Let's take a look at the weapon banner. So first I want to talk about BAIZHU's weapon in particular. BAIZHU's weapon is very niche, as in I thought that when Kokomi's Everlasting Moonglow came out, that one was very niche, but then when BAIZHU's weapon released, oh my gosh, the weapon might look like it would synergize with Kokomi as well, but the problem with BAIZHU's weapon is that with Kokomi, it's only going to proc the passive of the weapon once, and that is when Kokomi casts her burst. All in all, BAIZHU's weapon is very, very niche, so I wouldn't really recommend going for the weapon unless you really, really love BAIZHU. But if you're looking for less expensive weapon options for BAIZHU, there is already Prototype Amber. Prototype Amber is free, it's craftable. If you are already happy with that option, then there is absolutely no need to go for this banner. Running alongside BAIZHU's weapon is the Amos Bow. It initially came out as Ganyu's signature weapon or Ganyu's best in slot weapon, but then newer weapons have come out such as Aqua Simulacra and Hunter's Path, and both of these perform really, really well on Ganyu. These have become Ganyu's basically best in slot weapons. If you are looking for a top Ganyu weapon, I actually wouldn't recommend that you go and pull on this weapon banner, because one, if you get Aqua Simulacra or Hunter's Path on a future banner, then you're all set for Ganyu. And two, if you already have certain offensive bows such as Skyward Harp or Thundering Pulse, then these won't perform badly on Ganyu either, and you can already give these weapons to her. Or you could wait for other bows to show up on banners that are partnered with weapons that you actually want to lose to, or you might want to get as well. And three, you can get Amos on the standard banner or by losing to it on the weapon banner, even if it's not actually rated up on the banner. Looking at the 4 stars, some of them are okay. We have the Sumeru series 4-star weapons. We have Makhaira Aquamarine as the Claymore, and then we have Wandering Evenstar as the Catalyst. And both of these are quite interesting weapons. They have EM stats and then share attack to the holder and the team based on how much EM the holder has. And the Makhaira Aquamarine is going to be an option for Kaveh. Kaveh is going to be a Claymore user. Wandering Evenstar, I've used it on Nahida, I've used it on Sucrose, and it has a number of potential users, essentially those who like EM. The Favonius Lance is solid as always. It's a Favonius weapon. I use it on a lot of my pole arm supports. There's the Lion's Roar, which is a strong weapon situationally, as long as you play to its passive, which increases damage against enemies affected by Pyro or Electro. And then there's Sacrificial Bow, which is alright. There are some characters that like to use it. It's generally an alternative for Favonius Bow in certain scenarios with among certain users. So the 4-star selection is okay. It's just that the 5-star options on this weapon banner are low priority. Anyway, that's going to be all for this very quick banner review. Let me know in the comments what you think of this banner. If you are pulling for the new character Baizhu or Kaveh, or if you're pulling on any of the banners in general, let me know down below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like. Consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't already, and I'm going to see you all soon. Take care.